Call to order the regular meeting of the Gilbert School Corp for Wednesday, March 18th. If we could do roll call, starting with Cam.
Cameron Picard, student representative.
James Slaughter.
Michaela DeSantis, student representative.
Ashley Lindsman, student representative.
Jonathan Moore.
Tara Sunday.
Scott Beecher. Mike Susan.
Holly Cassidy.
Ellen Marino.
Kurt Warner.
Frank Oliver.
Teresa Payton. Lauren Dombrowski.
Thank you. Now if Tara would lead us in the pledge.
I'd be pleased.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now our mission statement.
All right. The Gilbert School is committed to ensuring that all our students are prepared to be thoughtful and productive citizens in a complex global society. In pursuing this mission, we believe that all students can learn and be successful. All students are valued and deserve an education that addresses their academic, physical, and social and emotional needs. All students are entitled to a safe, healthy, and respectful learning environment. All the Gilbert School community members must uphold high expectations, be accountable, and demonstrate a commitment to excellence. Celebrating the heritage of the Gilbert School strengthens community pride and inspires individual accomplishments.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is public forum for the general public. The WL Gilbert School Corporation welcomes comments from the public. Please state your name and address. Speakers will be limited to 3 minutes per board policy 1120. Is there anyone for public comment? No, I'm seeing none. Next item is student representatives.
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about our music department. This month of March is Music in Our Schools Month, and a few festivities. On March 6th and March 7th, 7th grader Joya Atanji, who plays flute, represented Gilbert at the Middle School Northern Region Festival, hosted at CCSU. We also had one of our students accepted to All-State this year, Ethan Cavajani, who is a 12th grade percussionist. He successfully auditioned and will represent Gilbert on March 26th to the 28th in Hartford. Our musical, The Addams Family, shows are March 20th, 21st, and 22nd. As we see, we have Gomez right here. Exhibition night. Tomorrow night, the Gilbert School will be holding an exhibition night in lieu of parent-teacher conferences. This night will highlight all the positive things that have been going on in our student body this year in each department, like humanities, STEM, the arts, things like that. Sealed by literacy, so students who wish will be testing for the Sealed by literacy, and earning the Sealed by literacy is an impressive accomplishment that highlights students' language skills and can strengthen college and career opportunities. I would also like to shout out Ms. Pfeffer, our library media specialist, for creating these opportunities for our students. Number one being the International Clubhouse. The International Clubhouse is a gathering for international students to help with collaboration, socializing, and building stronger connections within our student body. And also our Spring into Reading March through May challenge. Basically this spring from March 1st to May 31st, students will march through genres and make reading magic happen. And students who read 8 different books from 8 different genres will be entered to win a $20 Amazon gift card and will be invited to a breakfast.
I don't know how I'm going to top all of that. In the world of sports, so winter sports have officially concluded. Our boys basketball team finished their season off with a 5-15 record. Our girls, on the other hand, finished the season off with an 8-12 record, making it to the first round of state playoffs. Senior Evan Sheeby was named All-State for wrestling for the 3rd year in a row, and junior Ella Jeanette was named All-State for cheer for the 3rd year in a row. Addison Lilly was selected for the first team All-BL League for girls basketball, and she also scored her 1,000th point a couple weeks ago. Shout out to 7th grade social studies teacher, Mr. Harbach, for being recognized at the CIAC Basketball Championship. Sports registration has officially opened, and spring sports start for high school athletes on the 21st. Softball and baseball have already started conditioning as of March 14th, and middle school athletes will start on March 30th.
Okay, middle school student council is having a spirit week from March 30th to April 3rd, and the days are wear pastel colors, flower day where you wear any flower or flower pattern, wacky Wednesday, and pajama day. And for St. Patrick's Day, there was coins hidden around common areas of the school, and whoever found a coin bring it to the office and they got a prize. And on April 25th, there is a Joseph and Brian annual 5K to unite and raise awareness for suicide prevention. It is $5 each for each person, and all money will be used as a scholarship to a deserving student. There's also Math Madness happening in advisory. The last one is tomorrow. Oh wait, or it was today actually. And whichever advisory gets the most points gets a prize for getting, of course, the most points in getting all the questions right in math questions.
Softball and baseball season is starting next week for middle school. Spirit Week last week for Read Across Gilbert. Monday was Thing 1 and Thing 2 Day where you match with your friends. Tuesday was Cat in the Hat Day where you wore anything Dr. Seuss themed. Wednesday was Wear Your Favorite Book Character. Thursday was Wear Pajamas. And Friday was Where's Waldo, where you wore Waldo and looked for Waldo stickers around the school. If you wrote them down, then you got, if you found 10 Waldos, then you won a prize. There's a middle school poster contest. You have to create a poster about your favorite book for a chance to win a $10 Amazon gift certificate supported by MJHS. Miss Keegan will choose winners on Friday, March 20th. Also, there's an aerial drone competition. On March 7th, our Gilbert drone teams competed at a competition in Bristol, Connecticut, and won 4 awards: the Coding Award, Teamwork Award, Skills Award, and Judges Award.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very thorough. Can't wait to see the show. You gotta get back to rehearsal.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank you.
coming.
Nice, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Check it out, Gomez.
All right, moving on. Next item is call for agenda items. No, nobody? Okay. Item 4, employee recognition.
Yes, in your packet, you'll see a first letter for Craig Levesque for the drone competition. Craig's done a great job with developing our program for middle and high school students, and the program is growing and students are being very successful. The great thing about that is also the elementary schools are doing it as well. So there's a good transition from elementary to middle and high school.
Yeah, and there was a competition on Saturday at Pearson,
Yeah.
which Frank judged.
Oh, really?
Did you enjoy it, Frank? Isn't it
Well,
so neat?
Well, the judging was in the classroom, we did it, we had to interview all the students.
You didn't get
all
to
the teams, so I
see
didn't get
the
a chance
flying.
to see what went on. But I caught it when
When
you
you
had
came
it,
up
I was
here,
here, spent a couple hours, so.
Yep,
That's
It was
great.
good, but it was very interesting. I think you had 3 teams,
I
right?
think we did have our teams there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next letter is to Patrick Brittle, our school counseling department chair. He ran our SAT day, did a phenomenal job. There's a lot of moving parts with standardized testing, and from organizing the teachers and the students. We had great success. I think we only had 1 student that didn't attend the testing day. We'll have to do a makeup for them, but that's a great accomplishment. Those are the 2 letters for accommodations.
Okay, moving on, correspondence.
Correspondence. First is a letter to Chris Affey. Chris's dad passed away recently in Florida, so we send our condolences. The next two letters speak to supporting CJR and the behavioral health programs. So the first one is to Congresswoman Hayes, supporting mental health, behavioral mental health. And the second one is, again, to support the mental health programs. That's to Andrew Lyons.
Can I just ask, when I read that, I wasn't sure, is it a risk of being cut? Like, I saw the specific to
Yeah,
CJR.
we are supporting them, so when they go to get funding, that there are people that want the services or need the services. So we are helping them out in that process.
Okay. Oh, gotcha, okay.
That showed the need to get the funds.
Right. So, yeah, just a sort of a letter of support for them. I just didn't know if we were at risk of, because I know that we're reliant on CJR, like, so I just
Yeah.
didn't know if we specifically, if it was, okay.
We'll take any help we can get.
Yeah.
So, and they are a service provider for us.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is to Melissa Hanson, the Stop and Shop program. So they donated us $183 through their program, and we want to thank them for that. Anytime you go there and use your card, it gives us points and money. That's it for correspondence.
Okay. Next item, approval of minutes of the regular meeting on February 18th. Take a motion. Scott, second?
Second.
From Jonathan. Any changes or revisions? All in favor? Unanimous, thank you. Next item, committee reports. We start with finance. Ellen.
Finance met just briefly before the meeting tonight. Went over the income and expense report for the 8 months ending February 28th. A couple items that we noted were the contingency fund, which is a little bit overrun, which was expected due to building repairs, gym repairs, boiler, and overtime. Another item that we have to monitor closely is busing, because we are at 87% and we're only 65% for the season. So we might have to monitor that closely, and then also the other one we have, I don't have it in front of me.
Attorney fees?
Contracted services.
Oh, the contracted services, yeah. Oh, yeah, that one, and that's a big item, because we are anticipating, it doesn't look bad right now, but we have a lot of bills that haven't come in yet for legal services. That will obviously be billed soon, and that'll be updated next month, but it is what it is. And that has to do with some contracted FOI requests and also just negotiations and so forth with contracts coming up.
I'm sorry, a
Go ahead.
question. I was here for the finance meeting, but I'm not a member of the group, but you had mentioned that the legal fees for the FOI, is that just because you've needed guidance from them, or in terms of how to respond to certain things, or I'm just curious
Yes.
what I think that it's important to understand how something like that can in turn have a big financial repercussion, so just curious if you could give a little detail into why that.
I don't know how big it is, but
What?
it is an impact, obviously.
It's an
quite
impact, and
Yeah.
so I was just curious, without, getting into anything that is not.
Sure, so a typical scenario with a FOI complaint, if we would connect with our attorney to make sure that we are following the letter of the law, and then the items that might be requested, we might run them by our attorney to make sure that we are giving the right information without violating any other laws. So there's process, there's procedure, and then there's the actual information itself. Some of the requests were dating back 5 years, which is a lot of information to go through. So with FOI, we want to make sure that we are doing what we're supposed to by law. So It's not something that I want to take lightly. So we have run things through, especially when there's potential of it escalating. So if we put the effort in up front with the attorney, that helps us avoid expensive scenarios later on down the road, hopefully.
Thank you.
So it's a lot of back and forth, it's a lot of time on the attorney's part reviewing documents.
Unfortunately, the cost that the people pay for the documents doesn't cover legal fees.
Right.
That would be nice, but it doesn't work that way.
No, it's 50 cents a page.
Plus fees.
That doesn't cover.
No,
No, the fees don't have anything.
No,
I know.
50 cents a page doesn't cover.
So we pay that out of our budget.
Right,
exactly.
But the
Yeah, yeah.
50 cents is what the person requesting it pays to get the documents. That's what they pay to get them. They don't, you don't have to create new documents, you have to give them what's out there, but it's gotta be, you can't violate FOPR, I mean, you gotta
Yeah.
go through all
But
that
it is
stuff.
it impacts an already tight budget.
Districts have to deal with it. and
Oh, no, I
think,
understand
yeah,
that
it's a distraction, it pulls people
Well, I
away,
just-
but it happens.
think that it's important to note that there is
It's a cost to doing
a
business.
cost
Yeah,
to
Is
it.
there a difference between a request and a complaint?
it's the same thing,
Same thing.
it's the same thing.
Yeah, we're required to comply. Now, how we comply, again, through advisement from the attorney, is we do not have to create a document. If there's something that is requested and we don't have a document that answers that question, then our response is there's no document available. Even though on the surface it seems like there might be, there isn't. The other piece is that we don't have to manipulate the data to make it sort and filter and make it easily digestible. It's time intensive, and there's a lot of people involved in these things. So the multiple people that are involved then pull the data together. We make sure with our attorney that it's accurate and appropriate before we move it forward. The other question mark that comes up is the format that you present the data in. Sometimes people expect everything to be electronic, when that, by law, is not what we're required to do. We are required to present the information. If it is in electronic format, and it's easy to do that, that is an option. However, when you have 4 or 5 people collecting different items, sometimes it's best to print them to make sure you have everything, to cross-reference it against the request, and then present it in that format. So we're not required to do it electronically. That's an option, but so is the printed version is an option.
Do we keep a duplicate copy of what you send out?
Yes,
It's like doing a Medicaid application.
yes.
Okay.
Just to make sure that when we deliver it, if someone says that, well, you didn't give me X, Y, Z, this is what we gave you.
I think Scott's question was actually a good one, because I think I misspoke, but I mean, a complaint,
No,
probably a complaint.
It sounds different.
Well, I think a FOI request is probably more investigative,
Yes,
and then if they file a complaint, I think
It's
you
a
file it with the
suspicion.
commission, you file it with the FOI commission, they would have,
It wasn't followed.
or that what there was a violation of some sort, but those are rare. This is stuff that happens, in my experience, at budget time. It's usually on budget time when you see these kind of requests, but at least in my years of doing it, that's when you usually see it.
And Teresa, just to add to that,
Yeah.
in some of these scenarios, our attorney has reached out to the FOI commission
So that's more
just
time.
to make sure that the advice that they're giving me is accurate in case it does move up the food chain and get to a complaint to the FOI commission.
Thank you for the detail.
Sure.
Okay, that was finance. Our next meeting is April 22nd, prior to our board meeting.
The only thing I didn't finish on.
Oh, sorry.
Was, there is a board presentation meeting. Did I say that already? Okay, so the town board of selectmen is having a meeting with the board of eds, both Gilbert and Winchester will be doing their budget presentations on March 24th, I think at 7 o'clock at Pearson School. So hopefully people will show up. And that was finance.
Thank you. We'll stay with you for policy.
Yay me. Okay, policy. We met on March 5th And we have a new policy that we presented to the board as a first read to create, like, award emeritized status to staff and administration or trustees. We have some like trustees emeritus, but we don't have anything like staff or administration. I didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently it is. But this is good because it lays out a procedure, a policy at least, of how you award that. It's not just because somebody knows somebody and wants to give them a title. So that's a new policy that's on a first read. We also discussed our continued wellness and food services policy, which Mr. Susi is going to meet with the administrative team to see. These are very meaty policies that we have to deal with, see if they're in compliance with what the proposed policy that Kate just sent us. And then U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, otherwise ICE policies. And we have to review our school safety policies and see if we're going to have to marry these together, essentially. And that's what we'll be discussing at our next meeting, is those two policies. Also in your packet, which you have second read of several policies. The bulk of them is more, these are like 20 years old, some of these, that are just changing, you know, the board, like the superintendent, the head of school. A few of them in here are like confidentiality, is having everybody sign acknowledging the policy, so we added some language on some of those. Everything's redlined and sent in both packets, so they're pretty easy to read what the changes are if you're reading them, but there was several of them, which is why our packet was over 50 pages electronically, which is why I didn't print the whole thing. But those will be up for a vote next month.
Yes.
All those second reads will be coming up for a vote next month. The emeritus policy will be for a second read next month. And, well, I mean, the other ones, the second ones will be a vote. And then whatever happens at our next meeting, which is April 2nd at 8 o'clock at the main office conference room, everybody's welcome. You know, whatever comes out of that will be presented.
We're still working through bylaws.
Which, yeah, we kind of tabled it for the ICE stuff and the wellness and these other ones, because the meeting was an hour and we had to get to work, so we didn't get to all of that. But this is, there's a lot of policies that the Immigration and Customs Enforcement affects. It's our school safety, our emergency and disaster programs, our crisis management plans, our school safety preparation response, all those policies. We have to review all of them and make sure they all comply. So it's a little.
We're a busy committee.
It's about time. I mean, that's been out for a while. It's not like it's new, but it takes a while for policies to catch up. So it's a good committee though.
Thank you.
I think it is. It's a working committee. That's what boards do, policy, basically, right?
Any
For the most part.
questions for policy? All right, moving on to building and grounds. Scott.
Yes, good evening. We did have a meeting this evening. We had a rather robust meeting, actually. We got a report from Mike and Mike about the small gym and how we're continuing getting quotes on the flooring. And was also trying to come up with a policy to get an inspection done by some engineers for hanging the mats. We're not quite sure. If we don't, we'll find another alternative, but that's pretty expensive, $35,000 roughly to buy to facilitate that process. Also, Mike sent out some information to our lobbyist for the bus loop. And so that's actually a good sign. Means they're actually looking at it. We also applied for a DRIP grant, which is basically a multi-year grant for general repairs to the building for HVAC, lighting, things like that. Yes. You got it?
Yeah.
We did get it, yes. We do have a tank removal project that we have to look at, so hopefully we can use it for that. We have the final set of fire doors being installed on the 30th, and Mason will be here. We're also looking at some repairs to the stairs, the outside entrance stairs and pad areas. And that's about it. There's a lot going on. So.
And the next meeting will be.
The next meeting is April 22nd.
Yep, prior to our board meeting. Thank you, Scott. Personnel, there's no meeting to report on, but after sometime this week, I will email the committee, which is myself, Shane, Teresa, and Kurt. We need to have a meeting in April for a contract negotiation. So that will be forthcoming, we'll find a time for that. Nominating committee, there's no meeting to report. Ad hoc negotiating committee, no meeting to report. Resignation and appointments, nothing listed?
Actually, there is one.
Okay.
There is one. I received a resignation letter Monday from Diane Cook. She is putting her paperwork in to retire at the end of this year.
She's been here a long time.
She played hooky today because I was going to make fun of her at the meeting tonight.
Smart.
So she avoided that. She will be a huge loss. A lot of institutional knowledge that she has. She wears a lot of hats. So it's going to be challenging to replace her. I will say that she is dedicated in helping to ensure that we get somebody that will be a good candidate. And then she will help try and get them up to speed before she retires. She's looking at retiring once the audit is set and ready to go. So probably sometime in the summer.
Good for her.
Big
Good
loss,
for
but
her,
happy
yeah.
for her.
Yeah, she's been
Yeah,
here.
good for her, yes.
Do we even know how many years she's been here? A long time. She might be one of our emeritus people. I mean, she's been,
If she wants to.
if she wants to, yeah. She's, no, she's really huge. She's been really, really good. Yeah, that's a loss.
Yeah.
It's hard to replace people that are that knowledgeable
Yeah.
and that transparent, you know. All right.
Well, we wish her the best. We still have her for a while.
So she didn't write a formal letter yet or anything, right?
She did. She did not want me to include it in the packet.
Oh, okay. So this is just a heads
We
up.
respect her wishes.
Yes, yes. So tomorrow, I will be posting. We'll try and give us as much time as possible to find a good candidate. So that posting will go out. So if anyone approaches you and asks, did Diane get fired? No, she did not. She's retiring.
I'm glad she's gonna help transition.
Yeah, she's
If it's
very
her character,
concerned
that's, she
about
would
that.
do that, yeah.
Are you gonna fill that ASAP so they can be onboarded?
Yes, that's why I want to post tomorrow to try and get some people here in front of us to, in case the first round doesn't go well, we have time to look at it.
Any other questions for her? Okay, moving on to first reading of policies. Policy 4135.11, emeritus status. This is a new policy for us. Sure, go ahead.
So this policy is to recognize extraordinary and significant contributions to the Gilbert School. And we wanted to make sure the school court had a policy recognizing years of service or contributions to the school. I thought we had a good discussion about this. We want to make it broad enough where it encompasses everyone that supports the school and that we can actually recognize them in one way, shape, or form. I think one of the things that triggered this was Tony's 25 years of service, and Chris Sanford was talking about it and kind of kicked this off. So we brought it to policy. Now we're bringing it to the...
So anyone that is potentially going to be named emeritus or emerita will be brought before the school court to be voted on.
Yes,
For the
this is
policy.
school court policy.
Yeah.
Just so I'm understanding reading policy correctly, number 2, so this policy then only applies to people who contribute to the TRB.
No, we tried to make it, if you look above it says staff and/or administration. We
Right.
want, in our discussion at the policy level, we wanted to try and keep it as broad as possible, including, even though technically you're not employees as board members, you're still contributing to the school. So language-wise, we kind of went back and forth on this to try and figure out a way how to say that to encompass everyone, but to also put some guardrails.
So that, or applicable retirement system, under number 2.
Could do that.
Well, no, but I'm reading number 2, it says, under retirement from the Gilbert School and education in general was evidenced by application and receipt of benefits from the Connecticut State Teachers Retirement System, or applicable retirement system. So is that wording, that applicable retirement system, that loose language, that,
That's the safety net.
that's the
If you're
safety
not-
net for
yeah,
somebody who's
Not,
this designation that's maybe not a certified teacher?
My
Yes.
retirement system, maybe I don't have a system.
Well, that's, I mean,
yes,
that's
It's
my
broad. It's
question.
It's intentionally
It's
broad.
intentionally broad and vague. Okay.
And again, we were trying to incorporate teachers,
Board members.
non-certified, board members, staff members.
It's a good question,
Which
because
was-
you're reading it for the first time, so it's,
It was harder than.
you wanna.
Yeah, no,
It's
it's
like
not-
one
At
sentence.
first you thought, oh, we can just do a
Longer than
regular,
one sentence.
but trying to word it, it was.
It's good to have criteria though, because you never had any before.
Absolutely.
So
I
it's
just,
a start, and it's a new policy.
But, so I guess that's the question is, my applicable retirement system, cash under mattress qualifies?
From the backyard, might work.
Okay. Because it's saying that it's required, number 2, so I just wanted, that's my,
We'll go with it.
Yeah, it says they have to meet the criteria, I'm sure that's probably one of the loosest ones.
Well, and there's 3 other criteria there too.
Why couldn't we do like
I-
trust?
right, but it reads like you
I
have
hear
to meet
you.
all of
Years
them.
is
Yes.
service and
I
volunteer.
don't think the trust even has a policy,
Is
I
that
think
what
it just
I
does.
think we
No,
do.
Teresa,
we
I
give it a
totally-
run.
I think so,
No,
but
I
that's
think-
why we have the.
I don't know if they have, do they, I think they,
Don't we
no,
do
I
the
think they
top?
just people nominated people.
because
It's
it's
kind
the
of
following
loosey-goosey.
criteria.
But I thought they got watches.
They
No,
got,
that's
they,
retirement.
that was retirement watches, that was for 25 years service or something. But I don't remember a policy yet on the trust fund. I mean, I think they just, somebody nominated somebody or whatever, because there was people who were not 25 years.
This is a new.
This
I
is
just don't know how
school.
you define
Yeah, this is
applicable
school board.
retirement.
This is school board, and it's,
Because the way it reads is that all four of those requirements must be met. So I love vague because
Meet of the
to an
following
extent,
criteria.
because,
So this is a first read right now,
right.
which is, if people have suggestions or,
If
I'm
applicable,
not married to this language.
It's just number
Well,
2.
concept.
I think
The concept is great.
I think the language, I'm guessing the intent is that it's not somebody who resigned, it's someone who retires.
Right.
Which is why
Right,
it's
which
tied
I
to
think
that.
Right,
covers
because it
number
It's not somebody just
3.
leaving another district, whatever, like.
Right, I think number 3 covers that, retirement in good standing, approved by the school corp, 25 years of service.
Yeah.
Something about number 2 is like, I'm like stuck on it,
but
only
if applicable
because,
retirement system covers everybody outside of the TRB, then it's good. Well, no, it's a good question. If
Well,
that covers
it
everybody
is.
else, then that seems like.
Yeah, I
Any
just
suggestion
appropriate,
of what you
right?
would see there instead?
no.
Oh.
I'm just reading it for the first time,
which
I
is-
don't have a
which
suggestion.
is
We
going
would have
to-
done this if I was still on policy.
I know.
You and I would have
Or
talked
do
about
you
it for an
strike
hour.
it because of the next one, retirement and good
Well, that's what
standing?
I'm wondering, because the applicable retirement system, like, what if the answer, like, is that wording necessary? Well,
It
or, I think the way it reads is that you have to meet all 4 criteria.
It is written that way.
So you don't wanna strike it, because then you
Yeah,
limit it
I
to
like- I think
TRB.
applicable, I
Contri-
mean, that
contributor.
is a saving, the way Tara said it. It is kind of like having savings language to it to make it broad. Or you could say, or alternative retirement system if applicable.
Maybe
If
alternative
applicable,
is
yeah.
the word that would, makes more sense to me other than applicable.
Yeah, and then, but then you just comma, if applicable, because it may or may not apply.
I think that, yeah,
That's
that
really good.
that's perfect,
Okay,
that's
Alternative.
So,
that attorney over there. You got the
you
word.
just wing it. That's what you do.
Or
But
alternative
it's,
retirement system.
it's
if
good to have a
applicable.
third set of eyes, I mean, and it's a good start. So that will be, we'll have Mary Ann,
I pretty much.
or Keegan. I should have said that policy, Keegan, said Keegan.
I read that, she's
She's
really
a little
doing well.
go-getter, yeah. We can have them make the changes, and then next month it'll go in as a second read with the revision.
With the revision.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. She's got it, yeah. Yes. Somebody on the TV.
Okay, moving on, second read, these policies we all saw last month, so I'm going to read the list of, I need that list, it's my-
Would we make a motion on first and second separately, or?
We don't make motions on first or second, only.
No, there's
when
a
you-
debates, you make
Yeah.
a motion.
Oh, right, thank you,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Next month it's gonna be meaty, because we got
Thank
a
you.
lot of action.
Yeah, we'll have a motion on each one for
Thank you
approval
very
next
much.
month. Yep. All right, so second read, policy 9271, code of ethics, policy 9271.1, confidentiality for directors.
I had, oh, do you want to go through them first, or?
Oh, why, did you have something on them?
I did. yeah.
Okay, then let's start with 9271.
It's 9271.1, the confidentiality.
No,
So yeah,
71.1, so you have nothing on the first one, now, second.
Right, correct, yeah. On confidentiality for directors, maybe I'm reading it wrong, but I spent so much time just staring at it, and then my eyes got buggy, but
I have a problem on my phone.
the directors who serve on the board of directors of the W.L. Gilbert School Corporation.
What number are you on?
Oh, I'm sorry,
What?
9271.
No,
Right,
what
the
bullet
fir-
number?
The
First
first
sentence.
paragraph.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, sorry,
Where are we?
right here.
The directors who serve on the board of directors of the W.L. Gilbert School Corporation, the school, and then that got redlined to board. Oh, fiduciary duties of loyalty and care to the school. I just feel like if we get rid of the word the school, which we're making reference to, and then we continue to use the school all the way through.
No,
No, we're changing everything to the board.
But that wasn't changed anywhere else.
Because the school, in that context, is the building and the students, the board is the corporation. So that we had the school, it was more confusing before,
Mhm.
because you're having the school referring to the board.
So
Now
yeah,
the school is
previously
overlooking the
read,
school.
yeah, the W.L. Gilbert School Corporation,
Mhm.
which was the school. We're changing the corporation to the word board.
So it said the school owed the duty and responsibility to the school,
Would it make more sense if it said to the Gilbert School?
I suppose.
Like, would that,
Well, that's because
Yeah.
the Gilbert School was the original corporation.
Well,
name.
typically,
The
like
board of
when-
directors was distinguishing the school as an actual school in common layman terms from a board of directors.
okay.
That's all.
Sorry.
So, but when you make reference to something that's used in quotes, like, and then you make reference to it the rest of the way down, every time you refer to it,
It's the
like,
board.
in my experience, you're referring to what was initially used in quotes. So like the school is shortened for something.
It's short
and
for
in
the
this-
W.L.
Right, I
Gilbert
understand.
School Corporation.
Yeah, but we got rid of that word now, the quotes.
No, we didn't.
No, but we got rid of it in quotes.
No, we got rid of,
Do you know
yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
the board, the school was
No, I
used to
understand.
reference the board,
Mhm.
right? So what
Which
we're
school are
shortening-
you questioning?
Instead of saying the W.L. Gilbert School Corporation 1,000 times during the thing,
Yep,
we were calling it the school before the quote. So now they're just calling it the board because the board refers to the corporation.
but then we continue to use the school capitalized.
Where?
It's like
Well,
right in that same sentence, like right
And then
there,
you
that
use it
kind of
throughout.
refers to the Gilbert School.
You use it throughout, like all the
Right,
way.
meaning the
across
Gilbert School,
down.
not the school.
But I think that's the school as an entity itself, not the board. It's not like the board owes a duty and responsibility to the board.
So when the school is left in the policy, it means the Gilbert School.
But I think you have to make an initial reference to something, do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so where it says like W.L. Gilbert School Corporation, known as the board.
Right.
Oh, fiduciary duties of loyalty to care for the Gilbert School, known as the school.
The
So then when
school.
you use
Lowercase.
school, well, because then
No,
when
no,
you
no,
use
you-
school all the way through the rest of the policy,
Right.
you've made the reference to what that means. So you use board to distinguish
So
school
do the
board.
same as we did for board for the
Exactly.
Right. You just need
Yeah, I
to
think it's
tell
just a
what that
easy
school
fix.
means.
But it has to point back to something, if you're going to use that in lieu of,
The Gilbert School.
right.
And then here we put the
It's not-
Gilbert
it's not like
School, in
crazy.
parentheses we close to.
It took me a second, but I got
I
there.
understand that there, but I'm not following it, honestly. I'm not.
Because number
Because
two-
I see the school as something different than the board.
Yeah, when
I
you
think
do
it's
it in any kind
clarifying
of like
what we're
paper or
referring to
anything,
school
when
as.
you're gonna use something in lieu of like a longer
Right, just
term.
have the policy explain in that first sentence when you say the school, what you mean by that. You mean
Well, I
the Gilbert
suppose you
School.
could, so you could put the care to the Gilbert School and then parentheses school?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what Tara said.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes sense, okay.
Is that like obnoxious? Sorry, I don't mean to be like.
No, I didn't understand what you're saying, now
Oh,
I
I
get it.
didn't,
So it's
that's why I didn't understand what I was
two, and it's gonna say
saying
the
either, don't worry,
Gilbert
let's
School.
It
not-
was just confusing. It was like-
Here, so the Gilbert School, and then we put in parentheses
Yeah.
the school.
I get it, yep.
Yep.
So that,
So anywhere there is the
I
board,
understand
it
that.
references the port.
Exactly.
Anywhere it's the school, it references the Gilbert School.
Right,
Okay,
right,
yeah,
right.
that makes sense.
Okay, thank you so
All
much.
right, good, you just gave more work to Keegan.
Yep,
So that we can, so that's in the second reading?
yes.
Yeah,
Is
it's,
there
I
any-
have it highlighted if you want, like all those places.
Well, and you only have to make it once, right? 'Cause you do it
Oh,
at the
you're right,
top.
gotcha.
Yeah.
On the school.
So I think if we do it there, it's an easy change, and then you can just give it to
I
them.
just need this for my agenda.
It's a minor change, but it's a good
Yeah.
change, so
Oh,
that way we
thanks.
don't have to, like, we can still take action next month on it.
Totally, yeah. I just didn't know
Okay.
which ones.
So
I get
then,
it now.
Thanks for
Okay.
sticking with me on it.
number, yeah, I'm going through Charlie.
I do have one other.
Not policy 9300, methods of operation. Policy 9310, development and distribution and maintenance of manual policies, regulations, and bylaws.
We should shorten the name of that one.
Policy 9311, policy adoption, revised reaffirmation. Policy 9321,
1, 2.
Oh, wait.
sorry,
I missed it, sorry, because Scott and I were giggling, sorry, no. I was, 9311 policy adoption, revision, and reaffirmation.
yep.
It's a really small one. We changed all the superintendents to head of schools, but I think we missed one under policy development, number 2.
Oh, no, item 2 under, yep,
Yeah,
Yep.
superintendent should just be head of school. That's easy.
Good.
thank you. What was it? 9312, amendments to bylaws. Policy 9313 is formulation, adoption, amendment of administrative regulations. Policy 9314, suspension of policies, bylaws, and regulations. Policy 9320, public meetings. Policy 9321, time, place, and notification of meetings. That was a new policy. 9322, public and executive sessions. And policy 9323, construction of the agenda. And those will all be moved with a few amendments to approval next month. Okay, next item is CABE liaison discussion and selection. We received a letter back in February, and CABE was looking for a contact person from each board in order to receive monthly newsletter, share it with the board, try to get more engagement. I signed myself up for that. Marion didn't realize it was already selected. But that's, you guys saw, I sent one out, the one from March, and it lists different webinars you can attend. We are a member of CABE, we pay for that membership, so any of these webinars are free. So I would encourage anybody that has an interest or time, they're usually around lunchtime if you get a
I
break
signed
for
up for one
lunch.
for tomorrow.
Yeah, so I will continue sending these as we get them each month. And like I said, if you have time to join, and there's also just, different upcoming dates and things, like Read Across America was on here for March. So keep your eye on your mailbox for that. I will continue sending these as I get them from CABE.
So do they know you're a liaison?
Yeah, Mary Ann didn't realize when she put this in the packet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So good for you for doing that.
I was gonna vote for Shane.
I was gonna ask if it was
we
mandatory.
could
So-
I was gonna say, is this like a suggestion, or is this something,
Are we
like,
required?
do we have to do this? Yeah, but you already volunteered, so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Thank you, Colin.
Yep.
I was trying not to make eye contact. That should have been
the
the
logical person to get it, and then you send it.
And then I just send it out.
And then
Yep.
just disseminate it, yeah.
Next item, head of school report.
First thing, in front of you, you have gift bags. Just want to say thank you for your tireless support of the Gilbert School. I know that it's a lot of time. Scott, you can't open that yet.
This was in March.
But we really appreciate it. Being on a Board of Education is one of the hardest things to do. It's grueling as far as time commitments, as well as being the face of the organization during budget time and difficult times. So we just want to say thank you for your efforts. And I'm definitely separating you next time. You're sitting over there.
All right.
He's got a mouse trap in the bottom of yours.
Yeah. You have coal. It's coal with yours.
Ain't nothing yet.
Next, exhibition night, that is Thursday night, 6 to 8, here in this building. We hope that people on this board attend. Traditionally, in high schools, middle high schools, but high schools in general, the open house in the fall is usually good attended. And in the spring, not so much. That's just most schools. We tried to switch it up this year, do an exhibition night to show people what is happening in the building,
I got a text on it.
hopefully.
Did anybody get a text? I got a
I
text
did,
on it.
and I got a phone call.
Parents.
We are trying to get the word out there. Get people
Yeah,
there.
it worked, so.
No dinner this time, or TV raffle, but there will be cookies. There will be cookies, Kurt, so.
I have to be honest, I didn't know what it was right away when I initially saw it. But
I'm guessing it's a showcase.
Deb Lewis, like, I guess in the message, it was like really clear that it was doing it, yeah, in lieu of the parents. I just think it's a really good idea.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not as stuffy where you have your
Yes,
appointment.
you can
It's-
move around,
Right.
and, yeah, I like the
Just
idea
get a
of it.
flavor of what's happening in the school, so.
Yeah.
So if we do this next year, are we still doing half days?
Listen,
Oh, it's half day, it's killing.
These kids have half days because there used to be conferences.
Well,
if
the elementary younger.
Yeah.
But it
Don't
probably
talk to me, you're
matches,
talking
Yeah,
to
we
Rob,
have to follow your
superintendent.
it
calendar.
probably
You don't have
matches
to.
Why I see the
Pearson.
buses
for
go by my
buses
house
now.
at 12 o'clock in the
Buses could
afternoon?
get back in time.
Actually, they can't.
No?
No.
I've been
We
told by
have
the
to
bus.
follow.
Okay.
Well, thank you for
But
I
matching
have
the
to use
other
personal
schools.
moderator.
Yeah,
I think it's creative.
If the
I think it's great.
Winchester wants to switch the schedule,
Well, no, because they have conferences.
I'm happy to follow. I'm following their
But he's
their
meeting their
schedule.
I know.
calendar, yeah.
But it's really different with little kids. It's really different with little kids because parents tend to be involved with little kids, keep them on task.
You would think,
In high
but
school.
they
I
are.
think so. Not
Well, they should be,
exactly.
but it's still different. High school kids, it's like there's a lot of.
This is Thursday night, 6 to 8?
Thursday night, 6 to 8 here.
Yeah,
I like to create. Do other schools do this? Like, who came up with this idea? 'Cause
I think some schools try different things, yeah.
just to get engagement. It's
Yeah.
really behind.
And again, in the spring for high schools, parents
It's busy.
are busy. And
They're all
so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Pearson did like a STEAM night, right?
Yeah.
A couple years ago?
Yeah.
The stomach bug night, where everybody got stomach bug?
That's not
Yeah, we
No,
won't do that.
these are
Fingers
big
crossed.
kids, these are big kids.
Friday night, Saturday night and Sunday, the Adams Family is happening. There's a QR code at the bottom here. If anyone wants to purchase tickets,
Tickets are discounted ahead of time if you buy them, and they close sales before the show, so unless you want to pay a prime, you can get your tickets beforehand.
perfect. Standardized tests, we had the SAT day as I commended Patrick for. We have SBAC and AP testing coming up in May. SBAC is the middle school assessment, so the 7th and 8th grade. SBAC is also the assessment that the state is watching our performance on. So we've been working very hard to try and support our students, specifically in math, to address some of those concerns. We'll see how it goes. I am optimistic that we'll be able to move the dial and show improvement this year and next year with the schedule change, with the players we'll have in place, with the systems we'll have in place. I think next year is the year that we're going to see much better growth. But this year I do anticipate growth as well.
Mike, I was thinking of it the other day because I was reading an article in the CT Insider. I don't know if you saw it, but it instantly made me think of Gilbert because the headline was essentially like, Connecticut students are not doing well at math. And they're proposing like legislation to address that, and I was thinking of the focus school designation, like at such a high level, they're saying like all students are not
Was that
meeting.
TV?
No, it was like on the.
And it was not on the news too.
Yeah, so it's I'm bringing this up only to say I'm happy that we're addressing it, but clearly this is a bigger problem.
Yes.
The bigger problem is that the legislator gets involved.
Well, absolutely, that stuck out to me, I was
That's
like,
problem with the whole school system.
how can the legislature determine curriculum if it's not comprised
And
of
then it
like
gets
actual
applied to
educators
They-
and,
Every town.
It's-
Put that little
regardless
gift
of-
out every year.
Unfunded mandates.
Yes.
Love doing
Right.
that.
but it's interesting to me that, you know, we're being watched so carefully for math scores come up all the time in a million different conversations,
just
but
a global
overarching
problem.
thing
No
is,
problem.
and it's not even just a
Problem.
Connecticut problem, it's
It's a national
It's a
problem.
problem.
it's a problem.
Just like mental health is a national problem, it's an international problem, I mean, it's,
They said on the news it was historic, brain plant.
you gotta wonder how much of it they're looking at when kids were pulled out of schools and dealing with getting them back re-engaged when they were doing anything remote,
Yep.
especially younger kids. I mean, if I was a kid and I was in 6th grade and I didn't have to be on camera or go to school, I wouldn't be on camera or go to school unless my parent was telling me.
What was it, our 4th graders didn't go to school, or 4th or 5th graders?
Well, I mean, it's
didn't go to
hard,
school
because
till
parents
8th
had to be
It's
there with
fourth
them.
grade. It's the
Yeah.
bubble group.
Yep.
So that, I mean, I think that's why it's longitudinal studies they're looking at.
But the thing is too, as I said earlier, my cousins in math, they're all math teachers, and they said, if you start giving the kids the equipment, they don't use their brain. So get the equipment away while they're young, like teach them math, so they use their brain to solve problems, not a phone, not a computer, not
They
anything
use it as a
else.
tool, they don't supplant, right.
But that brings a problem when they're doing that early in their life, using those tools. The brain does not function for math.
Oh, I'm not, I'm
Right,
not,
so they don't know
I'm
their
agreeing
math
with you on
facts,
that.
they don't know the basics to be able to apply that.
Right.
build on.
Yeah,
You need
which
to have
which is, that is
experience.
accurate.
Yeah,
They
you
don't
need,
have
you need to have
foundations.
the experience. You can't just get the answer.
So we've already talked about the bus loop. I'm gonna jump over the teacher report quickly, just to, since we're talking about the subject, to talk about the special education update. We've had 2 meetings this week with the special ed leadership and Deb and myself to talk about our high needs population and what we need to do to address some of these concerns, especially with being shorthanded staff-wise. So the first meeting was to identify what the real issue is and what are we going to do moving forward. So that meeting was productive as far as being very collaborative. I was pretty excited about leaving that meeting, not with a sense of we're going to have a big impact this year, but I think we're all on the same page and we're moving in the right direction together. So again, I think next year we're going to have a much better positive impact. The second meeting we had was with the state to get clarification on what it means to be our designation. So we're a focus school, but within the focus school, we have a subgroup that they've tagged us as well. So in talking with the state, it was good again for this group to be on the same page, to understand what the state is saying and how it impacts us and what we need to do in the next 2 years to get off of the focus school status. But during those conversations, things like we might have students that don't have math goals but didn't perform well, so they don't receive services for math instruction. But it might not be the math that's the issue, it might be their reading. So they might not be able to read the problems in math, which there's a lot of reading in math, that prevents them from accessing or understanding the questions, which then translates to a poor score. So it was a very, very good conversation. I'm excited about the momentum that we have, and I'm hoping that this collaboration will turn into significant improvements.
Can I ask her another question? You said we were tagged as a subgroup as
Yes.
well. What was the subgroup?
The subgroup was
Something besides
special
focus.
education.
Oh, gotcha.
So this is the meeting with Winchester and Gilbert, we don't run our own special ed, right? So how much control do you have over it? I mean, doesn't this stuff come up in an
Control,
IEP?
not much.
Okay,
Collaboration, a lot.
good, well, I mean, that's important, but wouldn't these things come up in an IEP? I mean, isn't that like?
Yes and no. So that was the question. Some of the students, we drilled down the data, if a student with special needs is not performing well in the math part, but they don't have a goal in their IEP for math,
That's odd.
might be it's a reading
It
issue.
could be a reading problem, because
Right, so
It
they
could be a
can't-
language issue too, if it's not their natural language too, I
That could
suppose.
be it as
although,
well.
yeah.
Right, that
Could be as
happens
well.
up here quite a bit. Yeah.
So that example right there was a good talking point for us to kind of hash through, okay, really what is the catalyst for these scores? The other thing that came up was, we want to look at the analytics for the test to see if some students just went C, 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 I'm done. So there is a report that they can run to see how much time students have put in on it. There are other standardized assessments that will stop a student. If it registers that they're clicking through too quickly, stop them and say, you need to go back and do this. This test doesn't do that. So
Are the kids that are high school age that are special ed, is it adequately staffed?
Well, middle school too, because middle school is the
Middle school and high
focus.
school, I'm just curious, because
no,
you,
we're shorter teacher right now.
okay,
and
but we
this
don't
is-
hire them,
No,
so is
But-
that
but they
being
are-
worked on?
but they are trying.
At special ed?
Special ed is a shortage area.
Yeah.
It's hard to get people to come out here, especially in special ed, to
Yeah,
work.
and I think the elementary is short of teacher as well.
Absolutely.
So,
like they're posted jobs, Alan, like they're actively looking for that, but if people don't,
It's
Apply,
a national
don't.
shortage.
yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, the bottom line is, the discussion was really, really good as far as collaborating and trying to drill down and then look for the root causes, which gives us the ability then to put a plan together to attack these scores in concert, meaning that we are doing everything the full grades. So our math scores across the board aren't great, so we're not just focusing on one population. We're focusing on the entire population, but we're being evaluated on our high needs population. So there's two things going on there. If we address math across the board, that's going to help everyone. And we're going to target this other group to help move them, give them even more support to help move them forward. So that was a good conversation. Featured teacher for this month. We have two new career and tech ed teachers. One is Chris Kelsey, who people might know. He was a former basketball player, and he's our varsity basketball coach. He was also a business owner for years and an entrepreneur. Currently, Chris teaches 5 classes: personal finance, career explorations, introduction to business, entrepreneurship, and 7th grade info and tech. Some things that he's doing in the classes, he is working with students on a payday simulator, balancing a checkbook, creating a budget, understanding the components of loans, like student loans, car loans, home loans, credit cards, and interest rates. All things you want students to know before they leave high school. Also, students are analyzing information and relating to life situations. He's looking at teaching them the difference between long-term needs and short-term wants, which I thought was great. And he's instilling good financial habits.
That's a required class, though, finance,
That will be next year,
for 2027.
the graduation requirement, yes. Our other Chris Cosma, is in the CTE department as well. Chris brings 25 years of math experience. He was a math educator but want to get in the hands-on world of career in tech ed. He's teaching woodworking and restoration, 8th grade intro to woodworking, and computer-aided design. He's working on redesigning our curriculum to make it more hands-on and engaging for students. He has emphasis on project-based management. He gives the students a lot of autonomy and responsibility and student choice. Some of the things that they're making cell phone holders in woodworking class, fidget spinners, peg games, and some balsa wood projects. And a lot of these things, since Chris has 25 years of math experience, he incorporates a lot of math into his lessons, which is great. And he has students customize their projects. There's one student that wants to pursue design, so he's having her design a layout for her own kitchen. He also works with digital literacy, restoration. I think he's got a student or two that is interested in car restoration. So a lot of hands-on work. So these are two new teachers that we have. Both are very dynamic. Kids enjoy being in their classrooms, hands-on stuff, real-world application stuff. So real pleased about that. And the last thing I have is we had our second day of our retirement consultant come in and meet with the last group of our teachers. I got a lot of great feedback from that, both from teachers who are close to retirement, as well as Chris Kelsey, who's on the younger end, so he knows what to plan for, what the future will bring.
Do you think that'll be an annual thing you'll do?
No, maybe every couple of years, every 2 or 3 years, I would say.
Just to cover more people?
Yeah, yeah. But I'm hoping that that educates some folks, and if they retire, then we can bring in folks on a lower pay scale, maybe save some money there.
It's a nice thing to do, I think.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because it's a lot of people don't understand that.
No.
Well, when they get too late, then you find out the mistakes you
could
made.
teach them. You did it. You
Well, I
could
did
teach
that. We had that as managers, when we first became managers, they allowed us to do it. So 3 of us went to the class, and we're sitting in the back, and everybody's in their later years, and the guy came up and he says, "Why are you here?" He says, "Exactly what you just said the last half hour. There's nothing you can help them with, the mistakes they made. We have another 25, 30 years to go.
Yep.
So we'll listen."
Yep.
That's smart to go.
The last thing I just want to add in here, that just for people, FYI, we do have a couple of our middle school teachers presenting at NELMS, which is New England League of Middle Schools, I believe tomorrow. So it's nice to see our folks out there representing us on a bigger scale. And that's all I have.
Did you have anything on the bus loop or not?
I think we kind of beat that to death with the facilities
Yes.
and
It's still ongoing, trying to.
Yeah.
We submitted more information to the lobby, so at least.
I just thought you said you were gonna skip that and go later, but I thought you were going.
oh no, skip over
No, I
the
skipped it because they already.
Skipped it
addressed
entirely.
yeah.
Got it. I'm fine with it.
Anything else for mine?
That's all I have.
All right, moving on, Board of Education report, Winchester.
So our budget passed since our last meeting, and yesterday I wasn't there, but at a special town meeting, the Pearson roof referendum passed the meeting and is set, as previously said, for March 24th. And
We also asked Julie to get an independent person to do a survey to look at 3 scenarios. One, that we build our own high school. 2, that Gilbert takes over the whole school district. And 3, if Winchester took over the whole school district. So she is putting out to someone to do a study on that for all 3 scenarios.
Is it a paid study?
What's that?
Is it a paid study?
It's gonna be.
So that's already in the budget?
So, can I just wanna say something first.
It's not in the budget?
One of the options is, for Gilbert to take on the elementary,
One
and I just,
unified school system.
correct. But that is not being asked by Gilbert.
No.
No.
And if it were to be a consideration, that would have to
The
come
board
to
would have
this
to
board
approve it.
as a request, and we would have discussion and
Right.
vote, so it's not,
You also gotta see if you can legally do it.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot to
Which is what
discuss,
the
but I just
surveys,
want
that-
which is
that-
what the surveys will take care of.
Gilbert is not asking
No,
to do
that
that,
option-
because I think
that-
there's a narrative
That
that,
option never made our board for consideration.
correct.
It just seems like it's being done backwards. It seems like you would talk
I'm
to
just
the
saying,
boards
that
first, and
option
then
never
do
made
the
the board for.
investigation, but that's what, all right.
Teresa, you had something? Sorry.
No, I don't think so.
You're good?
Yep.
Sure.
Is that it for Winchester, anything else?
You've done that study before about building one school.
Yes. That's right.
Is there, is there any update on 7th grade? I believe Mike provided those numbers. Is that off the table or still considered if
I don't
that was
think
in the
that was
budget?
ever, I don't think what Mike presented was ever presented to our board. I would say it's off the table.
Okay, Mike just needs to know for
That's my
planning
opinion,
purposes.
We have never, yeah,
We
it was
haven't.
never presented to us.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not an option.
How many hours of meetings have you guys had? I'm just curious, because it seems like it's been, you must be like mentally drained before you get here. Meetings out, I mean, that's all, I know, I
I look at
heard
it
one was
this way,
5
I
hours
look at it
long.
this way, what I thought I was getting on the board for,
Yeah,
to deal with curriculum, like you say, math and things like that, we have not discussed since November.
you deal with, your policy, and you deal with like your superintendent and evaluations and stuff like that, those are the media items. And the budget's that's the super's job.
But I'm just saying, as for
Yeah,
me,
you
what I
adopt it.
thought we'd be discussing was curriculum for math,
Yeah.
history, English, and I
It
have not
hasn't-
seen any of that yet.
But do you have any idea how many, I'm just
Are you on
curious
the
because it's
curriculum committee?
a lot of hours.
But
It's
not
the
before
teaching
the board either.
Okay.
It's never easy running on a local board.
No.
It's not just Winsted, it's.
We got gift baskets, hopefully that helps.
Hey!
Maybe we're gonna need these for next
We're gonna
Tuesday
see
night.
Jack Daniels in there.
Anything else for Winchester? Okay, school corp chairman's report, I think it's already been said tonight, but a reminder to get out and vote next week for the Pearson roof from 8 to 8 at Town Hall. And then after you vote, you can swing by Pearson and go to the budget presentation and support Mr. Susi and Dr. Levy in presenting their budget to the town.
It's all in the same place, right?
No, that's a, no, the vote's at
town
Town Hall.
hall for the
Oh, it
voting.
is?
Vote,
Town
yeah,
hall.
Town
Town
Hall,
hall
and
is
then
the voting
Pearson
day.
is the education presentation.
Is that like
They do it at
really
town
fast
hall.
turnaround from,
What? What do you mean?
7 days.
that's the requirement,
Yeah.
7 days?
Yeah,
Okay.
7 days.
Have we ever had a vote at the town hall?
Yes, I've gone and voted there for something,
I can't
remember.
remember ever
I
voting
can't
for
remember.
something.
Little things like that.
Not
I mean,
for,
I think
for the bed, we had it
smaller.
for the old school, remember the?
Well, I always remember going to
Yeah,
Pearson.
sure, that's what I was going to the
I just
referendum.
never
do it
had
in
it.
No, they
the,
had the,
in the
3
pictures.
years ago, the school up on the hill that they
Thank you.
got rid of.
Oh, Bachelor?
Actually, yeah, that one was
Yeah.
at town hall.
They
and that
probably
was-
didn't do it because we were doing the presentation.
Okay, that's all I had, if nobody has any questions, nothing else? Okay, motion to adjourn, Scott.
Second.
Second, Jonathan, all in favor? All right, unanimous, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Adam's family thing, I'll leave it out here.
Okay.
2 o'clock is the matinee and 7 o'clock is the evening shows.
The budget.
Have a good night, folks.
Have a good night.
You too.
Is the...
Hold on, we have to, yeah, he has to check.
There is something.
Oh, yeah.
That's something, yeah.
Thank you.
No, no.